Bargains Bargains DIY. Today we're going to be installing the backsplash behind countertops, and it's going to stop right on this side here. So first I'm going to have to take off all of the wall plates and then just readjust everything. I'm going to have to measure and make cuts according to how this is measured underneath there, and then I'm going to put everything in. Let's take a little bit of a break. So I'm gonna go over my friend Kenny's house. He's got a really fabulous house you guys will see in a second, but I do not want to drive. So guess what? I made it. Now let me give you a quick tour of this house. This is completely fabulous. Believe it or not, this is another DIY project. The owner purchased this property as a warehouse, completely gutted it, and everything that you see in this property is completely custom. Okay, that's my inspiration. Let's get started. So as you can see, first I'm starting off by removing all the face plates. I'm gonna need to go in and adjust the depth of the face plates. So, because I think the backing board is about 1 millimeter thick. So I gotta compensate for that if once I put the backing board in place, and literally once I get ready to put the covers back on, they just have to go and slide on. So you have to adjust them for that. So. All right, so I stood this up simply because to show you that I'm gonna make the cuts going across like this. I'm just gonna simply measure underneath the countertop and then just make the cuts as precise as I can, and then I'm just going to try to fit everything in. Okay, I finally finished making all my cuts. Basically, if you are installing a backsplash, just make your cuts as closely as you can, because after you caulk, you can kind of make up the difference there, but you have to kind of make the cuts fairly precise. And another thing that's important when you get ready to put the light sockets back in, you want to make sure that the backing board is behind the light socket. So, and then that, and just screw it in on top of the backsplash. I'm going to use liquid nail to secure the backsplash to the wall. So I just wanted to let you know that I've done all the cuts, and the next step is to just simply start using liquid nail to secure the backsplash to the wall. And then I'm just gonna, and then after that, all I have to do is just screw in the light sockets and then put the face plates on. All right, let's get started. installing the backsplash, I used the liquid nail to secure it to the back. All of that stuff is dry. And basically what I'm going to do now is finish everything off with caulking around the edges. That will just take a second. I'll remove the tape that helped me to just help secure everything in. But just stay tuned. I'm gonna caulk around the edges. I'm using, it's just DAP's white silicone, but this stuff is for windows, doors, molding, and trim. Baseboards, all of that. Dries in like 20 minutes. Just got done caulking, but what I was actually doing was preparing to finish caulk. So what I mean by that is I laid a bead of, there were pretty substantial, well to my standards, pretty substantial gaps in between the lines, well in between where you lay the tile, there's gaps, whatever. So all I did was just lay a bead of caulk to seal the gap, and then I just pretty much trimmed everything, and I'm gonna just let it dry. You don't have to, this is only 20 minutes, but literally what I'm gonna do next is for the final coat, just go back with a small bead of caulk around all of the edges, and then just finish it in so it looks finished. Show you what I mean. Let's get a little closer. So I just laid a starter bead of caulk all the way around. You see where the window meets right there? There's a substantial gap right there. Right there. Basically, once I lay that next bead of caulk, it's gonna seal these edges here, but it's gonna look more finished. And that's kind of what the look I'm pretty much going for, because after I epoxy the countertops, everything is just gonna blend right in. You see here, right underneath there, there's a gap where I cut, but once I lay that bead of caulk, it's gonna just seal everything and look way more finished all the way around. All right, let's get started.